Every story matters. Only on Radio Nagarik 96.5.
Hello and namaste from top of the world. Have you heard that before? Does it ring any bell?
Hello and namaste from the top of the world, and you're watching 3, roll, and action!
Here it is, the man himself,
Thank you.
Anup
Thank
Sapkota with us.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
Anup.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And my amazing co-host, Pratyush.
Like always.
So how have you been?
I've been good. Lockdown was pretty depressive, I think, for everyone. I made it into something creative. Yeah, all good.
So how long has it been your monologue, Bhaneko? Hello and namaste from top of the world.
I started in 2016. 2016, the first episode for Nepali Reacts. Yeah, that's where it all started.
You made a trend for everyone.
Everyone recognizes it with him.
From one statement, it was like, oh, Anup. Anup used to say.
It's so characteristic. Video auni bittikai, first thing you hear is that.
Yeah. So, Nepal Reacts.
Yeah.
It went on for 2 years.
Right.
I know. So, when did it start?
Well, so it started off with me and my best friend, he's also my DP, he's my cinematographer and everything, Javed. So Javed used to do a lot of bloggings, and that's where he got the idea, like, let's do something in YouTube. YouTube has got good earning, viewership, that's where it all started. And I was looking at a lot of, yes, the inspiration came from Fine Bros, but they were doing a lot of those reactions in studio. And I used to see a lot of news channel doing Zanamat. You know, Image used to do his So some of the reaction, and I thought, what about doing a no filter wala reaction show and editing it in a very beautiful way. So Nepal Reacts goes, I think the beautiful part is the edit.
Yeah.
So your reaction and we take multiple reaction, look at everything.
It was quite different.
Yeah.
So Nepal Reacts was something like everybody used to watch back in that time.
Right.
And that was the time when everybody got to know you as well.
Yes.
You were majorly the face of Nepal Reacts.
Right,
I'm pretty sure like Abbas had the same role as well.
Yes.
No doubt. But
of course.
For you,
you
know, you were lesser of a person who used to be in media and front face in the camera.
Right.
Used to be behind the camera person. We used to enjoy your presence. So. But after 2 years, 2 years Nepal Reacts, and then suddenly it stopped. It continued for a while, and we didn't see you.
Right.
I know you had your cameo once in a while.
Season 3,
So, but we lost you. And then where were you? I mean, where did you go? What did you do?
Well, with Arbitrary, so I was running 2 shows. So I was not just the host, but I was the producer for Nepal Reacts as well as Me and My Guitar. And what I did with Me and My Guitar, I brought in Notu Me and My Guitar transfer, I handed over. And I did the same with Nepal Reacts. I had Ishan come in, and then I wanted to hand over the show to him, and I was developing another show. So that was what was going to happen. Okay? And eventually I thought to myself that maybe I'll do this and and I'll continue doing filmmaking or commercial work or music videos. But YouTube चाहिँ कस्तो हुने भने युट्युबमा क्वालिटी र क्वान्टिटी सँगै जाँदैन रहेछ क्या. I realized that there are certain shows where it's a bit weird word, but we use that ठोकमपट्टि भन्छ नि, let's just release it भन्ने त्यो पोइन्टमा नि पुग्दो रहेछ क्या. And I used to always hate that when other filmmakers or other makers were doing it. Why aren't they not respecting their art भन्ने कुरा हुन्थ्यो. And then I realized हैन यार कहिलेकाहीँ त्यो हुनु रहेछ क्या. अनि म चाहिँ त्यो हुनुभन्दा अगाडि नै I need to get out of this place because if I start losing filmmaking as a person or film discipline as a person or disrespecting my show, myself or my audience, then what's the use? होइन so that's why I left भनौँ न after in 2018 I handed over the whole thing to my partners and I left, and after that I started doing commercial works. And luckily the first project I landed was Coca-Cola, and from there it just took off. I was making commercials for Coke. I did even a Tuborg project. I did commercials अहिलेसम्म I think the brand wise I've done Coke, Fanta, Sprite, Red Bull, even recently I completed a Center Fruit Co campaign.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it's been
right.
Yeah.
Brand को नाम लिँदै गर्दाखेरि I'm sure you've worked a lot of brands है.
Yeah.
हाम्रो त शोको टाइमै सकिला त्यो सब डिस्कस गर्न थाल्यो भने त तर picking up where you left हैन तपाईले भन्नुभयो त्यति बेलामा a lot of channels were doing जनमत भन्नुभयो. A lot of other channels were doing it. तर तपाईले भन्नुभयो it really struck a chord के एउटा censorship चाहिँ तपाईले you wanted to do it without filter, without censorship.
Right.
That's where how big of a part does that play?
Well, there is this one particular episode, I think, the VIP Sawari one episode. The episode begins with someone swearing at the Sawari. We could have never done that in television. I respect that, because there are certain shows that kids cannot watch or even parents cannot watch. And the show that we created was for the youth. And censorship plays a very big role because it drives your emotion. I think frustration when someone there is one particular recently video Netflix the swear word where it began when there's a show. I think Nicolas Cage is there. So it actually releases the emotion. I'm not just talking about swearing, but your actual emotion.
Right, maybe that is why like a lot of corporate houses have like punching bags. So
you have to take it out.
To vent garne parcha.
So it was
especially stock markets I think.
So I think censorship plays a very big role, and now real emotions come out sometimes.
Mainly चाहिँ follow-up question पनि मेरो खास it was kind of a loaded question. I know because your freedom of censorship चाहिँ हुनै पर्छ. तर coming back to it, अहिले हेर्ने हो भने तपाईले a lot of social media content monitor पनि भइरहेको छ. तपाईले जस्तो कुरा बनाउनुहुन्छ as a freelance or as a filmmaker, हैन? त्यो कुरा पनि monitor गरेर त्यसलाई पनि punishable बनाइदिरहेको छ. So any thoughts on that, because we've seen a lot of tweets मान्छेहरुलाई in general tweets it's not just directed at a person, एउटा idea लाई पनि debate हेर्न नचाहने पनि त्यस्तो culture brew भइरहेको छ. What do you have to say about that?
What I think is discipline जहाँ पनि हुनुपर्छ के at the end of the day, and when you cross a line, you cross a line. So even in Nepal, यो YouTube journalism को केसमा चाहिँ I would not say mainstream journalism, but YouTube journalism मा चाहिँ अहिले viewership को होडबाजी चलिरहेछ, and lots of actors are also facing that. They say something and something else is being put as the title and everything, and also the edit is different,
the clickbaits.
Right? Yeah, the clickbaits, right? So त्यो चाहिँ I think discipline ले control गर्छ. तर फेरि यहाँ YouTube algorithm doesn't play here, okay? There are other अरू देशमा, even नेपालमा, there are certain words you cannot say, certain words you cannot put. So हुन पाछन् the algorithm reads it and demonetizes your video, हैन? There was a time where Philip DeFranco, Casey Neistat, everyone had an issue and everyone were talking about it. त्यो फेरि algorithm mistake भयो, हैन? But at the same time, I think YouTube मा चाहिँ YouTube Facebook, Instagram, सबैमा चाहिँ एउटा डिसिप्लिन चाहिँ हुनुपर्छ. त्यही कुरा you can't do it in society मा चाहिँ तपाईले त्यो कुरा गर्न सक्नुहुन्न. तर you can go behind a monitor or behind a camera or even behind a keyboard and you can do it भनेपछि that's a problem within you, okay? So discipline चाहिँ I think within ourselves नै चाहिन्छ एउटा, and also in the internet circle भनौँ न.
Yeah. So you've made a lot of commercials, as you have said, and we've seen it as well. The recent commercial was
Center Fruit, and also Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, and it was so beautiful. I want to congratulate you. I think we watched it together.
We watched it together, yes.
Yeah, on this very table, I think. Yeah. So I was actually showing him के हेर न यो कस्तो राम्रो छ भनेर मैले देखाएको थिएँ.
मलाई कम्प्लिमेन्ट गर्नु छ नि कस्तो राम्रो जस्तो लाग्यो हेर्दैखेरि.
Yeah, it was very emotional. त्यो एउटा emotional factor जुन एउटा binding factors हुन्थ्यो एउटा touch हुने त्यो थियो के main element and it was really beautiful.
Thank you.
I had to tell you this in person. So I got my opportunity. So while we were talking about commercials and you know YouTube contents you have a huge part in that as well. I know धेरै एउटा films YouTube को लागि पनि तपाईले बनाउनु भएको छ हैन. But I think you'll be the right person to ask you. So how do you see can somebody survive on YouTube content? Is sustainability, like how sustainable is it? Can somebody actually see a career in Nepal?
Yeah.
Worldwide the people have become millionaires out there, you know, YouTube content sell garera. But Nepal ma jati pani upcoming generation airahnu bhako cha ni हैन, they're into YouTube contents, कसरी गर्ने के गर्ने, so many questions हैन, content हालिरहेछ. But if somebody wants to have a career on this, like is it possible?
It is possible, but it is possible if you go global and take local sponsorship. If you target global audience and take local sponsorship, I think you can easily survive through YouTube. But having said that, त्यो गर्न एकदमै गाह्रो छ. Because no one's gonna sponsor हजारवटा भएको, because when you start from small numbers, right? And no one's gonna sponsor that. अनि भर्खर सुरु गर्दा global audience is going अहिले त झन् it's a massive thing to do. What I would like to say, like to upcoming filmmakers, is like मनमा चाहिँ के राख्नु पर्यो भने patience एउटा हैन, अर्को भने consistency, अर्को भनेको respect your audience. Like if you हुन्छ नि follow these things, eventually पहिला हाम्रो बेलामा भन्नु पर्ने बेला आइसक्यो हैन.
Have we become that old?
So when we started, it took us 2 years to reach 100,000. So that was also my milestone. Like okay म यो गर्छु अनि म निस्किन्छु भन्ने थियो के मलाई. Anyways, so there are channels that go 100,000 within even a year, and there are channels it takes like 5 money ke कहिले काहीँ. So it all depends on you and what kind of content you are producing. And local sponsorship लिने CPM र YouTube earning is not going to be that much for you. I don't think नेपालबाट चाहिँ it's possible. नेपालमा चाहिँ त्यसरी कमाउन एकदमै गाह्रो छ. विदेशमा yes, like the CPM is high, the audience was from all nooks and corners हुन्छ नि. अनि नेपाल पनि त्यो छ क्या, त्यो ग्राफमा US बाट यतिले हेर्यो भनेर देखाउँछ क्या. अनि त्यहीबाट नै आइरहेछ क्या massive earning चाहिँ क्या, US अरू देशहरूबाट आइरहेछ क्या.
तपाईले viewership plays an important role, undoubtedly.
Definitely.
Coming back to your Nepal React days, हैन, नेपाली मान्छेहरुलाई के मन पर्दो रहेछ त?
Oh, I have so many
controversy
thoughts on that.
First word, the controversy. I remember like first episode was about ढाका टोपी like national dress बनाउने हो भने त्यो टाइपको कुरामा हामीले सुरु गरेका थियौ. Second one was there was a कृषि मन्त्री who cried after watching a movie. And
I know. So I forgot the movie, but
Britainको viewership was एकदमै weird. Like थोरै नै थियो के भइरायो. And we had other lined up already के यो गर्ने. अनि we were respecting our audience from the very start because they were saying like एउटै मान्छेहरु भयो, एउटै ठाउँ भयो. त्यो भन्नु पाछै we started moving out के. Okay, हामी यता जानुपर्छ. Every episode मा we have to work our ass off. अरु के पनि हैन.
Right.
And then it hit me. When I looked at the trending page, supposed to be porn videos हरु छ के. बारीमा जाँदा हुन्छ नि यस्तो हुन्छ नि टाइटलहरु weirdहरु हैन. And I realized like okay, the sex is what is selling right now. And then the third episode was let's talk about sex. And it was a satire to the audience. And we had no reaction. Reaction नै थिएन के त्यो एपिसोडमा. त्यो let's talk about sex भनेर ल यिनीहरुले यो गरेछ भनेर हेरोस्. अनि do you think we got अनि त्यहाँ भनेकै छ के हामीले के रियाक्सन ल्याउन सक्छ जसलाई यो भन्न सजिलो छ हेर्न लाइक हुन्छ नि एक्लै बसेर गर्न सजिलो छ.
Interesting.
इन्टरभ्यु दिन गाह्रो छ. If I say to someone let's talk about sex like okay हुन्छ नि like the topic we gave was premarital sex. So what do you think about premarital sex? It's going to be a difficult question to ask.
I remember a lot of त्यहाँ जतिजनाले आन्सरहरु दिइराख्नु भयो यसको बारेमा नबोल्नु होला.
Exactly.
कतिजना मान्छेहरु चाहिँ like they were having
I received so many reactions actually from out of Valley. मैले चाहिँ यो एड्रेसमा just send us your reactions भनेको थिएँ. So I received like plenty, 15-20 reactions, and there were some reactions like was being sent by like I know that these are 14 years old kid talking about premarital sex. First take your sex education first properly, होइन टिचरलाई नजिस्काइकन होइन, and then let's talk about premarital sex then.
टाउको नघोप्टाइकन.
Yes, नलगाइकन होइन.
त्यही भित्र पनि there were a lot of भनौँ न discrepancies between the views. एउटा टपिकको कुरा गर्दाखेरि एउटा views you get off the charts हैन view त. अर्को टपिक गर्दाखेरि like you said bare minimum त्यो त आफ्नो वर्कलाई पनि justify दिनु कि you put a lot of time and effort, views नै नआएपछि obviously it's demoralizing.
Right, because I think I remember there are so many topics that I really wanted the audience to see. Right, Savari did good. Right, there was something I really wanted them to see. We were talking about directly elected prime minister that had like literally sad views. We talked about menstruation, we talked about legalizing marijuana pani, we talked about so many social topics, even interesting topics we have done ke हैन, like राष्ट्रिय गान आउँछ अझै भनेर पनि भनेको थिए हामीले पुरानो नेशनल एन्थम. So एकदम हैन, and then suddenly you have अमर केसीको episode, it goes, and so, I know that works.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about a lot of different topics and on the same platform.
Right.
And it is not just your Nepal Reacts was not just a program with like a quirky, cool editing, and it was एउटा भनौँ न society को thought provoking एउटा analysis पनि हो के एउटा survey जस्तो पनि थियो हैन. So what actually worked at that time? What works रहेछ त content wise?
Content wise was controversy. Also we used to call it like the hashtags what's working right now. So may that be Anmol, may that be Priyanka Di, may that be naya movie ke aayera may that be recently ko actor ko ke bhayo huncha ni. So before YouTube journalism the way it is right now, त्यति बेला the hashtags Google मा चाहिँ भइरा थियो हैन. So त्यो बेसिसमै मान्छेले हेरिराछ के. So thumbnail मा के राख्छौ तिमी? So what is your thumbnail? Miss Nepal worked. Why? It was a thought provoking episode. Kakha gaga wala हैन. It was not just for Miss Nepal.
No.
It was for the general audience. But then Miss Nepal गरे भएर now Miss Nepals were being के भन्छ ridiculed हैन. वेबसाइट मा चाहिँ ल Miss Nepal भएर नआउने. Do you know? Do you first ask yourself, do you know? Because त्यसपछि right after that I did a public wala के. Miss Nepal पछि मैले public wala गरे because that was a satire now, because it was the same number, man. आदि मान्छेलाई थाहा नै छैन हैन. अनि also what people don't realize is त्यो episode editing यसरी गराछ नि मैले कि जसलाई आउँछ नि उसलाई पनि आउँदैन जस्तो देखिँदो रहेछ के नर्मल अडियन्सबाट चाहिँ के. बिकज अब मैले भने नि इट इज अ भेरी फास्ट कट एडिट अनि कदेखि ज्ञको सबैको राख्यो भने त्यसको मिल्दैन नि. सो जसले भन्ने छ नि त्यो लास्टको चङ्कमा चाहिँ जसले भन्यो भनेर चाहिँ सबैको छ क्या त्यसमा.
So editor is to be blamed and be praised as well.
Yeah, editor is to
at
be
times.
blamed. Yes.
Double edged sword rates है editor हुनु त.
त्यो job.
Yes.
So you used to edit yourself.
Right. Yeah.
You somebody else used to film it and then you used to edit it.
Yeah.
Now are you into editing or you're just like filmmaking, direction?
I edit all my videos.
You do?
Yeah, I edit all my videos because I have yet to find that editor.
Oh, you have trust issues.
Not just, I would not say trust issues, because right now I have someone like Pratyush. He helps me with editing and everything, and I've worked with multiple other editors पनि. But what I found is editing भनेर चाहिँ के चाहिँ कट पेस्ट मात्र होइन नि त. अनि त्यो बुझाउन एकदम गाह्रो भइरहेछ. एडिटिङ हैज अ डिफरेन्ट स्टोरी टेलिङ. एडिटर हैज इट्स ओन ब्रेन. एडिटर आफै पनि डिरेक्टर हो. अनि एडिटिङ भनेको पेसिङ हो क्या. पेसिङ अफ द प्रोजेक्ट हो क्या. अनि आई हेभ येट टु फाइन्ड द्याट editor. As
a editor, you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulder.
Right.
अहिले चाहिँ because of YouTube अनि जसरी डेमोक्रेटाइज गरेको छ कन्टेन्ट क्रिएसनको लागि, I can have a camera, घर गएर म Premiere Pro मा कट पेस्ट गरिदिन्छु and I can put content out there. I don't need a license, I don't need a certification, I don't need anyone telling me that this is right or wrong, राम्रो छ कि नराम्रो छ. I can still go and paste it over there.
Yeah.
Do you think you could have done things differently back in the day?
No, actually, like so our generation falls right there in the cream के. किनभने जो अहिले आइरहेको मेकर्सहरू they are getting a lot. त्यो धेरै नै भयो चाहिँ आइरहेको इन्फर्मेसन. हामीले चाहिँ ठ्याक्कै राइट इन्फर्मेसन पायो के. सो त्यति बेला युट्युब वाज देयर when I started. YouTube I had just started. Google was there हैन. सो मैले जति पनि नलेज पाएँ त्यहाँबाट पाएँ हैन. अनि मैले पनि मैले पनि I was not getting any license or anything त्यो हुन्छ नि त्यो कन्ट्रोलिङ एस्पेक्ट चाहिँ कहीँ पनिबाट थिएन क्या सो I was exploring myself हैन अनि अहिले आएर सोच्दाखेरि अहिलेको मेकर्सहरुको बेलामा म आएको भए I would be far behind जस्तो फिल हुन्छ के मलाई
Really?
किन भन्दाखेरि my cretivity is there but I don't see creativity in अहिलेको मेकर्स क्या in a way to be kind of blunt there are some who are amazing हैन but यहाँ focus अहिले cinematography मा छ focus अहिले एकदम quirky edits मा छ हैन त्यो zoom in zoom out like fast cuts अनि focus अहिले कुन चाहिँ shot राम्रो drone shot खतरा हुन्छ नि अहिले त झन् FPV shots दामी हुन्छ yes these shots are amazing this is great
you work with clients हैन आजकल त clients हरुले पनि drones छ
yeah drone shots छैन
drone चलाउँदैन भनेर सोध्न थालिसक्यो हैन
I would not say everyone because yeah some of them
so what we were talking about like clients and corporate houses हैन so अहिलेको हाम्रो generation has become like equipped with so latest technologies
अघि मैले त्यही एउटा कुरा एड गर्न लाग्थे सबै छ हैन स्टोरी टेलिङ छैन के we're lacking storytelling के we lack storytellers right now
तपाईँले केसी निस्टाट को भन्नुभएको थियो नि if you look at his vlogs हैन
the stories
cut simple cut like simple cut and he says कि filmmaking को लागि you don't need fancy transitions you don't need fancy gears एउटा क्यामेरा छ कट गर you tell a story and I think that is in line with what you are saying right now.
I think for me personally as a viewer you know while I am looking at a video like I want to know what am I looking at okay? Am I looking at like your transitions
are you going to end up thinking wow राम्रो खिचेछ or are you going to end up thinking I need to go here
yeah exactly that's my point
like even if you're doing a shoot of a place कुनै ठाउँको promotion अहिले maximum people are doing it wow राम्रो खिचेछ wow यो भन्दा पनि कहाँ हो यो मलाई जान मन छ these videos lack information okay you showed a place
tell me why is it happening
it's YouTube again it's YouTube ले गर्दा हो नि राम्रो कुरा पनि हो के I love that so many makers are coming I love that but यति मात्र हो कि एकछिन के हाम फाल्नु अगाडि एकछिन अझै स्टडी गर्दियो के एकछिन just for maybe a month more before you start your journey
very impulsive like very impatient
गर्दिहाल्नु
I want to do it let's do it
and it's good to energy त्यही नै चाहिने हो के but अलिकति
bit of more knowledge हैन
Tabaiko, you love the fact that a lot of filmmakers are coming in.
Yeah.
But you won't love it when they take your bread with their dough.
Yeah.
Market is small. Yeah. What do you have to say about the market? Kinu bandakiri market li etro danle dhanna sakcha ta?
Sakदैन. Our market is very very small compared to India. If you do like त्यो के भन्छ ratio analysis गर्ने हो भने Indian यो अहिले इन्डियामा आइराको बर्डिङ फिल्ममेकर्स र नेपालको बर्डिङ फिल्ममेकर्स रेशियो एनालिसिस हेर्ने हो भने नेपालको त्यो रेट is very high because everybody wants to be creative everybody is coming and it's brilliant the market le aba yo supply धेरै भयो के
everybody is having the slice from the same pie
yes
like the only thing is like कसले कति chunk लिन्छ भन्ने
and it's going to be difficult for a lot of filmmakers to sustain भनौं न अनि people who are doing a really good job like हामीभन्दा अगाडि आउने सिनियर्स हरुलाई गाह्रो भइराछ अहिले अनि रेट्स को कुरामा बिग्रिराछ there is no constant rate like anyone can quote anything to a client and so ani I don't think just me but every other filmmaker is having this issue and I think the market needs to go global अब चाहिँ global नगयो भने चाहिँ we can actually हामीले सक्छ के बाहिरको प्रोजेक्ट गर्न बाहिरकोहरु गर्न हामी मजाले सक्छ no doubt हैन and also pitch this location to अरु brand or product from international market नेपालमा आएर खिच्छ तिमीहरु अनि for example Lord of the Rings had once a plan of shooting in Nepal हैन त्यति बेला I don't know why maybe it was civil war or something but they were into New Zealand New Zealand मा फिल्म को के पनि थिएन अहिले they have an industry imagine that happening in Nepal then yes like मजाले सबैजना एउटा proper ठाउँमा गएर काम गरिरहन्थ्यो होला के and I think everyone should aim for that everyone of us filmmakers like to make Nepal a global center for filmmaking like equipment हुनु पर्यो हुन्छ नि big sets हुनु पर्यो like facilities हुनु पर्यो we don't even have a vanity van in Nepal maybe एकजना लिएर आयो होला I don't know अस्ति मैले सुन्ने थिएँ but we don't have a vanity van Vanity van बाहिरको आर्टिस्टहरु आउँदा चाहिन्छ के उनीहरुलाई. It's a must.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about you're in this market, you know, dealing with a lot of corporate clients. Even though मैले अघि त्यही सोध्न लागिरहेको थिएँ, हामीहरु young generationले नयाँ कुराहरु गरिरहेका छौं हैन. How well accepted are you? Because हामीले काम गर्ने भनेको त older generation नै हो, हामीभन्दा अगाडिको generation सँग नै हो. So त्यो gap कस्तो छ? How is it working with them? Like अहिलेको नयाँ ideas, videos हरुको concepts हैन, त्यो brands हरुसँग कतिको like gel up हुन्छ?
I would say there are two kinds भन्छु म. Some have a very different approach. कहिलेकाहीँ I need to tell them about यसरी marketing गर्दा तपाईहरुलाई better हुन्छ. They come up with a concept and I need to tell them like यो गर्नुस्, this हजुरको कुन प्लेटफर्म हो, डिजिटल प्लेटफर्म हो, are you going for TV or going for all? जेल अप गर्न सजिलै छ कहिलेकाहीँ चाहिँ it's just complete blockage. No, I don't want to hear anything, you have to do what I want हैन. अनि luckily I have not met most of them. Luckily I've met clients who believe in creating the concept together, hiring me as a director because of certain style I have. अनि यो चाहिँ डिबेटमा छ के अहिले in agencies and all, because they are hiring the wrong director for the commercial. Not saying that director is bad, he must be really good, but as a director, commercial director, you're good at a drama, you're good at a emotional commercial, right? You might not be good at a quirky one. If you're good at quirky, you might be not good at drama. So the choosing
exactly, I know what you mean, because I have seen fashion photographers also going and doing product photography. Now he might have a really good knowledge of fashion photography, तर product photography को पनि same knowledge हुन्छ, उसको त्यो niche हुन्छ भन्ने छैन नि.
फेरि as a director you can't make that call के, especially in this market. सानो मार्केटमा छौं, काम आएपछि लिनै पर्छ के, because again we need to survive, हैन. I coming back your point मा हैन.
Exactly.
सानो मार्केट को कुरा नै गर्नु. Exactly. यस्तो मार्केट हुनु पर्यो कि as a director पनि this is not my style. Are you sure you want to do this with me? त्यो भन्न सक्नु पर्यो कि as a director. We can't do that. Ask let's do it. We have to do it. And not just that, as a team, I have a big team, right? I can't tell them like, everyone's working with everyone in this market, and it's healthy. It's competitive in its own way. But yeah, the market needs to grow. And in Nepal, barter se grow. Global now, someone grow.
What do you think will happen if we can't grow?
We will implode basically. There will be a lot of depression. We'll hear suicidal it's going to be chaotic. Not just young filmmakers. I'm talking about big, like irrespective of filmmakers who can't sustain. So sustainability that's all you have. What else are you going to do?
Right.
Nothing. It's going to happen. Like you will implode on your chances.
Right. Price ko mamla ma chahi, especially coming people who are new to the industry, who are coming in as fresh idea, they quote a separate price, established. Cost of pricing ko mamla ma chahi.
Well, ekdam garo cha bhanum na. Kailekai there are times even us we are like shocked, like is this the rate are you going to work at? How are we going to make this commercial in this rate?
Dignity of labor ni chahi.
Yeah, we cancel off those commercials sometimes. I would not say always. There are times where we respect the client and your client sa hamle yatro kaam garach maybe यसपालि दिन सक्दैन भनेर हामीले यो रेटमा गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने कुरा आउँछ. Having said that, like अब त्यो रेटमा चाहिँ I think we have no control के. अब आउने मेकर्सहरु they want to prove themselves, they are quoting lower. अब respectable like हामीभन्दा older generation filmmakers, some of them might be thinking that we might be losing work if we don't lessen our prices भनेर पनि उहाँले पनि लेसन गरिरहनु भयो होला. एकदम फितलो छ भनौं न. Market is very weird.
Because you सेक्टरमा चाहिँ धेरै मैले पर्सनली पनि सुनेको छ with my friends and everyone, and same कामको लागि when they hire people from our neighboring countries and they're paid like unimaginable money.
I don't want to say even the commercial right now, but there is one commercial that has happened, and it looks really bad.
And
the price given was humongous, and that was to the Indian filmmakers that were here. And the price bordnuko main reason was also because they were brought here. They needed to stay in a hotel. And the sad part is anyone in Nepal could have done it.
That's
At
really
that time,
sad.
anyone, any filmmaker
Any decent filmmaker.
that is already established as a commercial director could have done it easily.
So त्यो अहिले चाहिँ बिस्तारै I think नेपाली film directors, Nepali commercial directorsहरूलाई हैन script writersहरूलाई अझ अलिकति brandsहरू अलि trust गर्न थाले जस्तो देखिरहेको छु मैले पहिलाको केसमा चाहिँ
Also clean feed.
Yeah,
they have to.
Yeah, so how is it? Is it working for you?
Yeah, it's working. I think this is a good start. This is a good start, and I think सबसे धेरै फाइदा भएको is to the filmmakers and to the people that work in this industry. Clean Feed has done a brilliant job. It will create more jobs actually, and eventually it's going to be really good because eventually we can compete globally with regarding your commercial pani ke kinabhane अहिले के भइरहेछ there are certain makers that can make a standard commercial. Other makers are fine with making हुन्छ नि जे मागेछ क्लाइन्टले अनि त्यति क्रिएटिभ नभए पनि हुन्छ भन्ने हिसाबले. If you look at digital commercials, some digital commercials are really bad in quality, quality, content, everything हैन. I think त्यो control हुन्छ के किनकि अब when Clean Feed is there, when these big companies जसले चाहिँ इन्डियामा बनाइरहेको थियो, थाइल्यान्डमा बनाइरहेको थियो, कहाँ बनाइरहेको थियो उनीहरू कमर्सियल, उनीहरूले they have to produce in Nepal or नेपाली नै हुनुपर्छ भन्ने भइसकेपछि they will make sure the quality is there and we will make sure that we deliver the quality. Suddenly the market grows in terms of quality चाहिँ.
Right. मैले देखेको चाहिँ मार्केटको ग्लोबल एस्पेक्ट हामीले कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ even freelance platforms मा के when we're talking about even platforms like Fiverr, तपाईँको रेट हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो रेटको डिस्प्यारिटी इज क्वाइट एभिडेन्ट ओभर द्याट. US को freelancers are charging $200, no bargain, and उनीहरूको क्वालिटी त्यही अनुसार हुन्छ. इन्डियन सबकन्टिनेन्टमा एसियन कन्टिनेन्टमा हेर्ने हो भने इन्डिया, पाकिस्तान, नेपाल हाम्रा फ्रिलान्सर्सहरू $5 मा काम गरेर हुन्थ्यो र I am pretty sure they would have worked for even less than $5 had Fiverr allowed it.
Yeah. I face that a lot in designing. So I do designing work for exclusive clients. There are some clients I make logos, I make flyers or something they ask for. There are people that make a logo for 1,000 rupees.
Oh my God, really?
Not just thousands, there might be someone who is making for 500 money that I don't know. And then
are they good?
They are sometimes they're really good. That's the problem. They don't know themselves that they are quoting really low. And also I'm sure they have their own reasons for quoting that price.
That's very nominal.
I charge up to 35 to 40,000 just for a logo. Look at the disparity. You see that? And it's knowledge. How much should you charge for your work?
That's the solution to it.
Yeah, you should have the knowledge of how good is your work. Right. Start sending your work to, if you are starting Bokare, start sending your work to Ramro reputed makers. Ask them. I would answer for sure. I don't know if everyone would, but I would look at the work and like yesterday charge.
Yeah. So, all right, we I think talked a lot about careers and work and everything.
Yeah.
I want to, take it more higher than the career. I want to talk about yourself now.
Okay.
I mean, where did all this start from? I mean,
the source.
The source and Anup Sapkota.
Yeah.
Who is he besides all these works, films, commercials that he does?
Okay. I think the source was me. More also by the source pass, like okay. TV
That makes two of us.
Yes, you know what I mean. Like school would have forget back palace. See that your school look at me and you are watching TV, right? So I'm a movie buff first. I'm a movie buff. I've watched every possible movies in Cinemax, HBO, G Cinema, Setmax, to channel possible. That is after this channel thing came. Before that, I used to watch movies in NTV Saturdays.
I used to wait for Saturday.
Right. The movie now oh
my God.
Right?
I didn't want to bring it up.
No, Baba Bappa. was also there, right? So I like IMDb.
Let me ask you, who was your favorite character movie?
Movie ma Saramaya.
Oh, high five.
Saramaya.
Why not?
Yes, sir. Yes. So yeah. So IMDb and even Shangri-La भन्ने एउटा छुट्टै च्यानल छ जसले नेपाली फिल्म देखाउँदै पुरानो. I'm a movie buff first, हैन. मैले मुभिजहरु टन्नै नै हेरे अनि that's how it all started. I wanted to make a film, but I never got to know how it is made. मेरो लागि there was just an appreciation for the art. And more as a person, I am shaped by my father. And my father, SLC din pasan, he was been like, "To kaam garnu parcha, like you should start working right now." And he started putting me in lots of odd jobs, just as intern. Like so, like after SLC, I'm starting to work. Like he put me in tourism board, and I think that's where it all started because I was a marketing intern. There was this Diamond, so Avinash Bikram Shah. He used to work there. He's the writer for Kalapoti.
Oh.
And
he
also had a passion for filmmaking, but he was doing his job. And he used to notice me because I'm a single character. And that was a huge opportunity because of my father.
Okay.
He had already written a character about me for a short film. He contacted me later and he was scared to even approach because I was the son of the board of director. What he did. He did, and I was happy that he did because that's where I got to see how a film is made. And that made it more interesting for me. Right after that, I started writing. मलाई लेख्न मन लागेको स्टोरीजहरु लेख्न थाले अनि अविनाश दाइ नै हुनुहुन्थ्यो जसलाई म कम्युनिकेट गर्थे and there were प्रचण्ड दाइ हुनुहुन्छ शिशिर दाइ हुनुहुन्छ these people shaped me भनौं न even Simos दाइ आशिफ दाइ so these are all my seniors
so that is how the idea of all this filmmaking and everything was injected to a teenage boy. That teenager, you must be a teenager, no?
Yeah. And like त्यति बेला अब opportunity नै भनौं हैन केही modeling के पनि गर्दैन थिए म. That was my short film as an actor. I landed up with being the face of Ansel for almost 4 years चल्यो होला त्यो commercialहरु हैन as a family commercial
right.
And so I got to see how things are being done firsthand.
Right. Interesting. Camera agadi progression thing कसरी भयो? Were you always this extrovert, camera agadi friendly?
No.
How was the progression like?
When I did the short film, I could not believe that I'm going to do this. The भित्रबाट एकदम उ थियो हैन. अनि अविनाश दाइ नै हो मलाई don't worry. It'll just happen. अनि फेरि कन्डक्टरको रोल हो के थियो.
Okay.
Yeah. And I nailed everything except for the voice. जुन त्यो अलिकति बोली अब I don't know why generalize गर्छ कन्डक्टरको बोली यस्तो हुनै पर्छ हैन. मेरो त्यति बेला नै अलिकति त्यो voice घोक्रो हुन थालिसक्यो के हैन अनि that's it. अनि he helped me, he pushed me a lot. अनि त्यति बेला I had the opportunity to work with Tripti Natkar, Samjana Lahuri, she's the actress from that, and she also helped me. I was lucky in a way. I have my struggles, but at the same time, I have been lucky in terms of being.
Luck favors them who works once any.
Yeah, who push. Yeah, who push, who keep on pushing, and yes, that's how it started. And camera agadi saying, I had always my doubts. I don't think I can do this, or I don't think I can be this good. After that, Ansel campaign, I was being pushed by the people that were making the ads. These were like my brothers. Shishir Dai was the production head, and Kishore Dai, Pramod Karki is one of the best cinematographers. And Kishore Dai, he's not here, but these were the guys who were pushing me during the answer. There was never a time where they were like, let's push him more. There are times when like, 20-25 take गरिसक्यो. I know you can do it. One day push गर्दा
Well, thanks to all those people who pushed you and brought you so far. But it's your own hard work and your, lagan and your patience, you name it.
You can go on.
That's why you are here, and we're so glad you were actually here at this table and our program. Every Story Matters. So
it's almost that time of the program where we have to wrap things up.
Yes.
we learned so much about him as a person, what he does, industry. I can't believe it. Yeti sano time, it's almost like we bring in new guests and we talk to them. And yeti sano time we get to learn so much about them.
Like, I love this program. Man.
Right. Well, it's almost time to wrap up our show, but before we do, I would again like to thank Mr. Anup Sapkota.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
For coming here.
I hope you enjoyed.
Yes, it was amazing. It was amazing.
For gracing our show, I'm sure everyone who's watching, who's tuning in, learned something of value. Because we did. Right? And
no doubt.
From the entire production team of Nagarik Network, and from my very beautiful co-host across the table, whose birthday is today.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Presa.
Thank you.
It is me, Pratyush Mishra, again promising to bring another new guest.
Yeah, definitely.
And until next time.
Yes, keep watching.
Bye-bye.
Matters. Bye.
And namaste.
Namaste.
From the top of the world.
Every story matters. Only on Radio Nagarik 96.5.